Hey there. So I'm gonna do a stream, right? I do the stream. So what I'm doing, y'all, I'm gonna be drawing some spooky monsters. I asked a few friends to give me some suggestions or whatever, but if I get people in chat and they want to suggest things, I can add that to the list. But yeah, the idea, kind of just draw Halloween spooky guys. Now I got mostly like less kind of like ones, other than like vampire, ghost, werewolf, like stuff that you would see really, really commonly. I guess werewolf is probably like the least common of those, but you know what I mean. Like the ones that you're gonna see on like very common merch or whatever. So the idea being just kind of like keeping it a little less basic, I guess, like keeping it a little more interesting. But yeah, if anyone shows up and wants to suggest, honestly, even one of those, if you just want to see me do a more normal one in kind of my style, that's fine too. I just wanted to more or less do some ones that I thought would be fun, because they're, I guess, the less appreciated, less widely represented, you know what I mean? So this was just kind of a sample thing. I don't know if I'm actually going to color all of them to this degree and everything. I might just do sketches for the stream, but yeah. I was talking to one of my friends about it, and this lineup is just really kind of funny, because I don't know, we could see like some sort of like D&D group with this combo, and they're all just like so vastly different personality wise, and like how, like in what way that they're scary, that it would just be really humorous, I guess. So yeah, but anyway, the other ones I've got as far as suggestions so far were gonna be like swamp monster, what were they, gargoyle and banshee. So I'm gonna get started on those three for the time being. So let's do Swamp Man. For me, when I think of a Swamp Man, I'm always thinking like Swamp Thing, or what's the Marvel one? Swamp Thing's the DC one, right? What's the Marvel one? It's like damn, I can't remember his name. Or is that the Marvel one? Maybe that's the Marvel one. The DC one's something else. Anyway. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that I get. Also, I guess there's one from Scooby-Doo that I can kind of get reference from as well, as far as what to do. But I'm not going to pull up any reference. I don't think I really did for any of the other ones. Actually, no, that's not true. I did look up some amount of reference for the clown, just as far as like what normal clown attire is, and then I just kind of like goofed with it a little. But yeah, for Swamp Monster, I feel like I kind of have the gist of what that's gonna look like. So let's get some construction lines going. He's gonna be big, so we're gonna start way up here. Now, usually I would, head, shoulders about there, but like I feel like it's gonna be such a lumbering and kind of like misshapen situation. I might put the shoulders like up at its, like right under its neck. So let's see. Kind of want to give it a slight. I didn't want to make the poses too boring, so I'm also kind of trying to like not have them looking straight on at the camera. It's like a common pitfall I run into. So I don't know how to, I mean, you're not gonna see like any of this, but I don't know how to, this hip structure would be like. By the way, the song, I'm just gonna have this on loop because I felt like it would be a little like too much dead space with nothing else in the background. But song's one I made recently. I'm gonna try to find somewhere to put it. That was kind of the hang up so far with posting it anywhere, was I don't really have a good spot where I can like post music stuff. And for a while I was debating separating certain things because I know like how, like, I don't know, a brand works where you're supposed to have like kind of a reliable thing as far as like what you're uploading. And I have so many different types of music that I make that I was like, do I need like different like places to put all this? But like someone brought up a good point, which was that you can kind of just like make different albums. So, you know, like have something like this with other stuff kind of similar, and then on one album, and then have like more serious stuff on other albums, that kind of thing, and just kind of have it attached to the same name. I mean, I wasn't like necessarily gonna have like hide that I'm the one doing it, but just I was initially thinking like, what, maybe I need like this project name, or like a name for, you know. Okay, a good example is like Trent Reznor is a film score dude now, right? But like what he kind of initially came into the picture, he was under the band Nine Inch Nails, which they still produce music. In fact, I think they recently had an album come out. But as of this stream, if you're watching the VOD, then probably not so recently anymore. Well, maybe, I don't know. Depends on when you're watching it. But so yeah, like something like that, where I had like a separate name for the for the projects, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. At this point, I might just have it all under the same name. I'm not sure exactly. His torso looks too long now. His torso is definitely too long. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna break his torso a bit more. I want him to look thick. I learned a strategy for doing that is basically just make someone a rectangle. Like, instead of starting with the normal kind of like body shape, you just start with like a whole cube. Like if you want to draw the thing, just start with a square and then work out from there. It actually is surprisingly effective, so I might have done that a little too thickums, but that's fine. Yeah, that's what erasers are for. But anyway, so yeah. Maybe I should have written what I'm drawing over the top so it was like obvious what's going on. You just have like these big tree trunks for legs. I'm just gonna erase his shoulders entirely. I feel like they need to be set differently now that his torso is different. I also don't really know why I'm doing so much in the way of construction lines. I feel like usually I would just gonna go into this, but something like this. Or just have goopy vine face. Starting to just look like Cthulhu now, though. I think something like this. Have these kind of hollow, like really deep set, like eyes. Like it's just holes in the goop that is his face, you know? Wee-boo. Yeah. Goopy nasty face. We're gonna like just get some trees and other stuff kind of coming out of him later. Trees, like branches. Whole trees. He's that big. Damn, that would be actually kind of wild. I want him to just have like really like disturbingly long fingers that are also like vine-like. Yeah. Too static. I don't like that hand. That's better. More natural. How does the swamp? It's the swamp. The swamp man. The swamp man is what you're looking at. Hold on. Gotta get him. Oh, this one's weird. I almost have to like throw anatomy out the window. I don't know what his name is. You're the one who recommended Swamp Man. I'm too much detailing his face before I've even gotten finished with this. Sniss. Unnervingly long arms and fingers. It's kind of the goal with all these, is to make them actually a little bit spooky. Is my mic picking up? I don't know what it's doing. It's picking up some background noise for sure. Should I make his face tentacles longer? I feel like I should. Face and goop tentacles. In fact, I'll make like a whole beard out of it. I'll make it like they're really thick and like have like some kind of like knotted central mass. More little knots on the sides. Face should go down his entire body. Yes, yes. He's like a Treebeard from Lord of the Rings. Does a tree ant count as a Halloween creature? Maybe that's something I could do. They're spooky enough. Ooh, you know what? I'm kind of hidden. What if he has like kind of like a rib cage situation, but it's just like all like kind of, you can only barely see it through like stuff. I don't really know what to do with all this. So it's gonna be a lot of like drapering plant matter, I guess. Yeah, I feel like it's starting to get there. The spookiness is slightly in question currently. I mean, it looks kind of almost silly more than anything. I'll play around with something real quick. I want to see if giving him like tree branches that kind of look like horns would be goofier. Not like antler type deals. Bitch. First of all, I am. Is it not coming through? Second of all, how dare you? How about now? Can you hear music now? Damn. That. Yeah. Can you still hear me over it is the question now. Oh, you know the one. The named Songington. Yeah. Song of the Songington song. Song of Songs Past. Oh, he will be. He'll be glorious. I'll put flowers on him just for you. Yeah. And lilies. Rhododendrons. That's a flower, right? I like that one better. Yeah, we're gonna go slightly ram horn direction. They can't be identical though. They look matchy. You need some twigs. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, you know, deepening these eye circles is helping making them look more spooky. There we go. Now he's looking spooky. Yeah. How do I make this man more spooky? Gonna really lean into the spooky vibes. That's doing it. I like that. The shadowy eyes. I think that's really gonna be. Because that's kind of the only facial feature he has. We're gonna lean into the eye shadows. Yeah. Alright, more twigs and stuff. Everyone coming out of here. I think it might make him a little spookier if he had like more kind of this way momentum on the shoulders, right? A little almost spiky looking situation. Tree barky looking stuff. Swamp Man. I know it feels a little too something. stuff. Yeah, this is the move. I'm gonna have a couple more vines kind of drape around. Yeah. This is really bringing it together. I get that drapery. Like he's a sofa. Gotta decorate this man. Yeah. That's going under the beard. It's going over this one, but under that one. It's like weaved in there. Really wanna drive home how much of a mess this man is. And what can I add to him? I feel like just the nature of him, he has to be kind of asymmetrical, so the shoulder's not going to have the same thing going on. But I feel like it should have something, so let's see. Or just like a chunk of a log. See, we like that. It's like a few things kind of here, yeah. Like we do that, but we kind of like. Obviously it's hung on by vines, so we gotta like strap it to him essentially. Nice. I'll do another chunk of log over here now. It's looking nasty. So, you know, exactly what we need. Potito. Pitito, potato, banana, potato, potito. Potato Banana is my favorite song. Is that what it's called? Potato Banana? Kidding. That'd be a horrible name. I mean, funny, yes, but... Yeah. Hope nobody started this song because I do not have another one queued up. Didn't think about it really, honestly. It's funny if I had my Mac still set up, if I could like bounce a bunch of files over, I would have a few from GarageBand, but I don't have that. Also, that would take a minute to do now, already in the stream. I would have had to do it beforehand, probably. I almost want to just make his whole bottom half just like maybe like an exposed knee that just kind of looks like a tree knot. Other than that, just like fully draping. Bruh. Swamp Thing kind of sick though. It's more Cthulhu-y than I was intending, but like, it's kind of sick. I would add like a twig or something on the arm, but I feel like I can't. It would like leave the page. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of what I've got with this man. Kind of what I've got for this man. Proceeds to continue editing things. Just the way it. That's just the way it be. Yeah. His fingers like getting lost in his other mass. You see that? He's pretty much done, honestly. Maybe a couple more like naughty things in here. We dread up his beard. Yeah, other than that, I think he's pretty much finito. That's Swampman. Swampman finito. Now, what was next? Oh, like a gargoyle, right? Be a little closer to normal person size. There's a weird thing about gargoyles. They can either be like fairly big or like really small. There's not really a lot of like in between on that. Like massive hunch situation. I don't know if I can draw this without like actually kind of sketching out what I mean. This is a pose to end all poses, I'll tell you that much. JoJo himself wouldn't know what to do about this pose. Don't gargoyles usually have like animal feet? This thigh should probably actually reach the. Should be on like one knee kind of thing. I might have to look up a gargoyle just to have a better idea of what I'm talking about here. This pose is getting ridiculous. Their faces are usually more dog-like than I was thinking. It's interesting. This is a good one. For what? Oh, something. So it's not really. When I'm looking at them, they kind of have just like paws rather than digigray legs. Kind of weird. Poses are also a lot more often than not symmetrical, but I don't know. Maybe I will do that. Be a little easier to figure out than this. So. I guess they're like talons more than paws, maybe? Other than that, it's just kind of grody biology. So it's actually not that terribly hard to figure out. Like human biology. Just gross. Back legs seem to be like completely erased anyway, but should figure it out. It's getting hard. Gotta rotate the paper. You know it's getting real. Gargoyles are such an interesting phenomenon. Like, what was the deal with them? How are they made? And they're all in like religious buildings and stuff. Wouldn't that be counterintuitive? They're like pretty clearly supposed to look like, I don't know, demon-y, right? So why is the cathedral out here like, put demons all over the building? Like, what? I'm sure there's some like, probably kind of similar like how jack-o'-lanterns are used on Halloween, where it's like, we're not supposed to ward off evil spirits because we have like monsters on the outside of the building, kind of thing. They're showing me like, oh yes, there's just monsters here, that's fine. No need to go in there. It's clearly normal monsters afoot. Oh, the monsters have already gotten to that one. I better not. I better not. Me, myself, a monster. Like they're also just like fully rationally thinking too. Yeah, me, a monster, better not go to that monster's house. He's already claimed it. Fair, I made their thighs like way fucking more swole than any of the references I saw. Man's been squatting, right? Should like gangly up these ankles too. Ew. Disgusting. Perfect. Yeah, gangle this boy. Yeah, get gangly with it. Yeah. Oh, I never seen gangle like this before. These are clearly like crunched up, right, in this position. So if he's as gangly as I know him to be, then they'd be all nice and scrunched. Like me, if I was in this position, it would just be all pooch right there, but this man's
I'm not a fraction of the gangle this man is, so like in this case it's all scrunch. I really want his like rib bit to be just like sharp almost. Oh, it's unfortunate because most of this is gonna get covered up. His torso's gotta be more gangly too. What are we doing? Letting this man not be gangly? Or am I some sort of anti-gangler? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, if anything, I'm a gang maxer, right? Oh, you know. Ganglage. Pretty well finished, that dude. Methinks. But I'm doing Gargoyle now. I want him to be as like nasty as possible because it's kind of the theme with them, it seems. It's they're just like shredded to a point of being like gross. The shoulder's a little bit more in than I was. Damn. This arm's not gonna reach. I'll have some sort of like heightened bit of the pedestal right here, I guess. Hands are also usually fairly big. Big hand. Oh, I was also talking about like what the original lore for why gargoyles even exist is. Like, is there a definitive reason why? Because they're always on religious buildings, and you would think that'd be like counterintuitive to have like kind of like they're clearly supposed to look demon-y, right? So like, wouldn't that be like not an ideal thing to do? Is have like demon sculptures all over your religious building? So why? Why did gargoyle? Why did the Gars goyle? Or should he just kind of be like claws out? I think, yeah, probably just this and then claw here. Bony elbows.
Yeah. What? See, and it's funny.
Everything you said is basically what I theorized too. It was like, I bet you anything it's kind of like how a jack-o'-lantern on Halloween, like how that started, where it's like, put this at the front of your door, so it's like, oh, it's spooky, so all the, surely the ghouls won't want to come in here because there's already spooky in here. And then my other thought, which I didn't say out loud, but yeah, it was basically that, which was like, to make people like, oh, this is what hell looks like. You better not, you don't want to. You don't want to go. You want to go deal with that, do you? You better come into church, kind of thing. So yeah, it's both. Got it. Makes sense. In theory, that actually checks out. Hold on. I know how this works. It's into the armpit, and this one's out of the armpit. That's kind of wrong. Wait, did they go up? Can't remember. It's been too long. I don't think so though. I think they go down. They go like this. Those little side muscle things. Yeah. Yeah, as a decorative thing and for water features and stuff, they definitely do look cooler than just having it be a basic spouty thing. I screwed myself over these fingers. Alright. Gotta get back in here and use the legs. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's suddenly occurring to me. Do they always cover their crotch because they don't have anything over it? He's getting a loincloth, I don't care. Like a fur drapery. Yeah, exactly. I will in but a moment, but I must be here. Look at the finished ones while I'm gone. Like my chair just immediately ruined it. Alright, now I'm gone. Here. Returned. What is M signs? What do you mean? He's just a bundle of pumpkins kept together by vines. You think he's bound? All of that is his person. He's not. No. No. This isn't. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. This isn't the ancient art of Japanese bindings. I can't remember what it's called. I know it has a name. Also, I know, it'll see what we want to see, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you want to see Big Pumpkin Man tied up, that's your prerogative, right? I'm not gonna judge you for it, but like, all I'm saying, he is living pumpkin and also divine. All right. No bondage here. Alright, I gotta go back to my reference for this piece. They come in a mini shape and size. Oh, son of a teat. Whatever. Gargoyles aren't scary enough. I'm gonna make them scarier. Oh my lord, okay, never mind. Cheekbones are even more aggressive than that. I see what they're doing here. Butt chin to end all butt chins. Was my head just like in the front? It is. Oops.
God damn it. No. I don't have any of that. Maybe. Huh. I'm not down with the drift. The unfortunate part is actually I am. Though I like go out of my way to try not to be. Like I shower fairly regularly. I get like moisturizing stuff for my hair, like not really cheap stuff. Doesn't matter. Never matters. My head's always itchy. Though I've heard recently, apparently, and it would make perfect sense to me because it's kind of the same practice that is why I stopped using lip. What is that stuff called? Like the lip moisturizer sticks. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head for some reason, but because they would always make my mouth feel drier, and then I like later found out that like no, that is like a common practice that they actually intentionally do that so that you'll buy more of it. It's like, oh, okay, well, so it's actively making the problem worse rather than helping it. That's cool. So I've heard recently that anything that says moisturizing shampoo is probably doing the same thing. So I'm actually going to stop using that. Just use kind of, I don't know, better quality stuff that doesn't say that, I guess. They have a little more like narrow eyes. That's gonna make them look high. Don't want that. Ew. Kinda hate this face actually now. I like scoot back so I'm not like constantly getting in frame. It's getting crazy. Getting too invested in this one. His eyes are too small. I don't like how small his eyes are. Hold on. Maybe this reference isn't the eyes I need. Let's go back to this one. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I can work with that. Sink those eyes. Maybe it's the nose. Maybe the nose is my problem right now. I don't know. never actually drawn a gargoyle with the intention of making it scary. I think I have drawn, like, technically drawn a gargoyle in the past, but yeah, it was just kind of for funsies. Like I ever like intentionally went into it trying to make it as gnarly looking as possible. Nah, I think it's normal. Standard, like, demon-y looking holes. Damn. That sounds like something that would happen. The doo-dooing water fountain gargoyle. I can almost guarantee there's a pissing one somewhere too. There's gotta be. There's gotta be a pissing gargoyle. I feel like that would be even like more of a shoe-in if anything. Just wings and tail now. And he's done, okay. Make a spike look like it's coming at the camera is kind of hard to convey. Especially if it's only like semi at the camera. Unfortunately, can't be taking up too much real estate because I got another one I gotta fit in here. Those wings gotta be kind of folded up. The outside's usually like kind of a thicker looking material, right? So maybe that's more like that. Other one. Yeah. So it's freestyling over my own beat. Imagine. Can't imagine. Yeah. It's like somebody likes imagination. Yeah. I forgot to do a pull-up on my way back in. I was supposed to be doing that. When I get up to do anything, I was supposed to go do one pull-up on my way to sit back down. Forgot to do it. It's hard to convey what I'm trying. It's supposed to look like a little kind of fingery looking situation on its wings. But like obviously there's still skin over it. So it's like yeah. Beep boom beep beep boom beep beep boom beep 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 boom beep beep boom. Beep 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 beep. I get a lot of good shots of tails. Do they always have tails? I guess not. Oh, what the freak? I could have drawn that. It's not like common canon gargoyle though, I suppose. Beep 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 boom. Banana banana potato banana potato banana potato banana potato banana potato potato banana.
I've never had a reason to like have to have my phone next to me, but I'm really glad I did this time. I mean, now I do, but you know, I'm glad specifically because I'm using it to look up reference.
There we go, gargoyle.
He's going. He's goiling. He's on a little standy thing. Pedestal of sorts. Potato, banana, banana. Potato, banana, potato, banana, banana, potato, banana, potato, potato.
I don't know, I'm still just like detailing his abs. At this point, I really should be done with him. Moving on. The next. Oh, I could have given him like shackles or something. I didn't even think of that. I feel like that's semi-common, not like super common though, I guess. It's whatever. Would it have made him spookier though? That's the question. Because by all means, we're going for the spookiest spook factor we can spook. Banana potato. True. Nothing quite gets spook. Gets the spook going. Like a hard time sentence. That is kind of true, actually. Now I can't stop hearing Bunan Potato when I hear the song. I have only myself to blame. Alright, I'm gonna have to be done with this, man. Oh. See, Banshee. Banshee's next. Alright. Honestly, I don't even think I really need reference for... Well, maybe I will. Just see, like, what kind of, I don't know, attires, typically. Let's see. Banshee. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured the tattered dress situation makes sense. Ooh. Wee, 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 wee. Wee, 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 wee. Boona, boona, potato, boona. Boona, potato, boona, potato. Yeah, I did say that, but you're the only one in chat, and you also gave me all of my current requests, so... What? No. That's not a spooky Halloween monster. It's nothing, well, I mean, okay, there is one thing spooky about that, but we already discussed it, and it's called a prison sentence. No. I mean, I guess theoretically there's nothing keeping them from being like... Not. No. I don't want to. I shan't. I shan't and I went, frankly. Golly, this is my biggest problem with like doing anything where I'm drawing for long periods of time. It's like my hand. I don't know if it's like the friction or what it is, but it always like curls over here. Damn. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Alright. So obviously she's a floating. Hold on. I feel like I know exactly the kind of vibe I want. I just kind of want to see how to make them pose and what the hell? That's nasty. Okay. The washing laundry lore of Banshees you told me last time is strange. I don't know how I can possibly make that spooky, so I'm probably just not gonna include that. But like, I mean, I get the in premise. It's like the witch from Left 4 Dead, right? Like, you just see some woman off crying, doing some like normal task, and you're like, oh, that's crazy. And as you approach, it turns around, just a horrifying monster and screams so loud your head explodes. It's like, I get it in concept. That's great. That's great and all. But for a 1 second drawing, that's not like a single frame. I don't think the thing I want to capture is doing laundry, you know? This is a humanoid figure, technically speaking. Or I want to go in the other way. Maybe I want to go in the other way. Well, everyone else here is hunching. Should be doing the opposite of hunching. Should be like ascending. Tiny itty bitty shoulders. I gotta remember to kind of be light on this one because I want her to look basically transparent. That's a long neck. I feel like I goofed that. That neck is quite lengthy. I mean, I do want to leave room for what I'm about to do to the face, but you'll see in due time. Laundry cannot be scary. Unless it's really, really, really dirty laundry from a just old man who simply can't stop pooping and or peeing himself, like the gargoyle, for instance. Centuries old, just pissing everywhere. In fact, yeah, if it's the gargoyle's... matter of fact, yes, if it's the gargoyle's loincloth, then yes, it's horrifying, in fact. Laundry may be the scariest thing ever in that specific case. What even are jaws? You need them? Who needs them?
guess these legs are going kind of... No, that's wrong. It's silly. This-ish way. Oh, that's weird. I don't know if that's the right direction for that. I know which way this one's going, so I'll start there, I guess. This is all going to be covered by dress, by the way. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's just going to like fade off into the distance anyway, but let's just kind of get an idea for where the structure of everything's going. Alright. Bonsoir, bonchi, bonsoir. So what do you think about Bonan Potato for the name of the song? What do you think? Give me that gaunt figure. Give me that visible rib cage through the fabric. That's what I need. Just sickeningly skeletal. Yeah, boy. Let's get nasty with it. You know what? I had a character one time that was actually kind of Banshee-esque in spirit, now that I think about it. Where, like, I mean, they were a zombie, but same kind of idea where it was, like, it was meant to look mostly unassuming from a distance. Like, they were supposed to look kind of uninfected, and you'd come up and be like, oh, like a concerned citizen would come up and be like, oh, do you need help, madam? And then she'd turn around, her whole face unhinges, and just fucking eats them. Unfortunately for banshees, they're not really like limited to the physical flesh anymore, so their jaw doesn't even have to unhinge. You can just literally stretch, like unnervingly. Do I want more ribcage exposure? That's the question. of drive this ribcage situation home.
I think I might.
Yeah, boy.
It's gotta look spooky, you know? I guess, again, she kind of has to look semi-unassuming from a distance, though. So, can't go too far with it, but... Ew. No, that's wrong. Hold on, alright. Hold on. If that's kind of what the situation would look like normally, right? Just take that same shape, move it down. And gaunt up them cheekbones, sink in them eye sockets. Actually, hold on, maybe the eyes are just fully, like, basically skull eyes. I also have a plan with what I'm doing with them, but maybe it's the eyebrows themselves that are giving off the sad vibe. Boom, boom, boom. Boopy, boopy. Squeak, boop, 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 boop. Those guys have, the eyes have to be angry to be more spooky, I don't know. More sad? Exceedingly sad? Let's see. Yo! Boon and potato, boon and potato, boon and potato, boon and potato. I don't know how to make this. It's spooky.
Oh.
Okay, got a couple things. Bone and potato. It's all one with the hood. It's kind of interesting. You know what? Maybe I'll have the hood but not have it on because I feel like the hair is going to be really like important to. Also, the other thing I wanted to do was this spooky black trippy eye cryness. I cry, spooky black cry. Oh, there's wailing and the weeping. Spooky black wailing weepies. Weepy wailies. I don't know if these ears are kind of breaking the. I saw that on a few of the reference things, but I don't think I'm going with that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why there were so many with like elfy goblin-y ears, but it was a common thing. Again, I can't stop just hearing potate banana. So I got so into this face situation, I kind of forgot that I haven't even finished the arms. Like, oops.
Potato.
Ooh, what if I corpse ride her a little bit and give her like one bony arm? Boom and potato, boom and potato. Wait, I think this was fabric. My bad. It's almost always like white hair, actually. Damn. That's unfortunate. Why did that one strand of hair make it look so much spookier? What the hell? There's nothing spookier than uncountness. Whoa. Incorrect. This hand situation's getting interesting. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how these things work really. just know it's a thing that sometimes people wear. Or used to, like a long, long time ago. Weird, like, connected by the arms, back sash. I don't know what the hell you call it. I don't know, does that look finished? It looks shading or something. Damn. Corners are getting pretty bad. Alright. What we thinking of the crew? What we thinking of the crew, eh? What we thinking? Swamp man? Swamp? Big swamp. Big cheese, big swamp. Gargy boy. The Goyle Gargler. and the band She. She is banned from, I think, you'll find most places who want to keep their hearing, and their earrings. She is also a kleptomaniac. That has nothing to do with her being a banshee. She just steals everyone's jewelry. That's just something about her. But yeah, what do we? How's the lineup? What are we thinking? Definitely a crew of all time. So, when's the D&D one shot with this crew? See, I was thinking that, and I feel like kind of, right? Like, we got a tank, obviously. Like, he's just most defense, and honestly, probably decent attack. Like, he's basically probably kind of like a barbarian, in theory. And, with, like, maybe a couple, like, magic, like, druid attacks kind of thing. Then we got, you know, flight. That's great. Probably real good at like getting in, doing a quick attack, getting back out. So kind of a rogue, but also kind of like a fighter, I guess. And then obviously more ranged attack, mage situation. No one's healing anything here, unless he also has. I mean, like I guess he could like grow some herbs or something. That's something he probably can only do out of combat though. Like that takes like a good like that takes far too many turns if you were to try to do it in mid-combat, so you'd have to like heal up outside. Though I don't even know if that would do anything to them because he is stone and she is a ghost, so you know what, now that I think about it, I don't know if herbs are going to help either of them. A blend of herbs and spices. But yeah, no, I don't know, I feel like they're kind of balanced actually, when you think about it. I don't know if they'd be immune to her thing though. Like she might be kind of like a wizard where she has a fireball kind of thing, where like everyone else in the room also has to throw a dex saving throw. Also true, yeah, they are all nocturnal for sure. With earplugs, there you go. Yeah, if they just come in with earplugs, they're fine. It's not a big deal. Honestly, you can probably feel like vibrations through the earth anyway, so it's like, what does he need? What does he need hearing for? I'm actually much more concerned for him because if he's more bat than man, he's theoretically like working off of sonar, which would really put a damper on him. Just getting screamed at. Ear deafeningly. Brain explodingly. Luckily he's not made out of glass, otherwise he probably would just shatter entirely, so that's good at least. But yeah, page 1 complete. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how they go about that. Man probably can't hear nothing as it is, to be fair. That's true. All that stuff in the way. He's probably basically a spider where it just goes off of like some amount of sight, but mostly just feeling the vibrations in the area around him. Which yeah means communicating with him would probably be kind of an issue. Not that he probably knows English anyway, let's be honest. He'd probably just have to like point at something and be like, punch it. And he'd be like, oh, okay. Punch that, got it. Which D&D party do you think would win out of these two? Because similarly, you know, you got tank, DPS, and probably like he's definitely a rogue. He's full rogue with like some absolute like bag of holding shenanigans on him at all times. That's true. In fact, only one of them. Yeah, no, that's. I guess she's probably the only one who's ever been human enough to be guaranteed that they know how to speak. That's a fair point. And in her current condition, who knows if she even does anymore? They probably just all have to communicate non-verbally, which again, probably similar here. I doubt he knows any English. He probably just doesn't speak at all. He does. He speaks entirely too much, if anything. For sure, that man's just gobbing away. Wait, which one is big weakness to fire? This one? Or this one? I feel like he actually probably is effective. Well, I mean, he'd be pretty damp, I guess, huh? If he's swamp. He's pretty damp. This dude, I figured might even have some sort of fire attack, like kind of like a dragonborn, like Pumpkin weak to fire. How's Pumpkin weak to fire? That's what I was just gonna say. Is he's got I mean, I guess it's like dried vines, maybe. But he's like he's got a candle in there, right? He's a jack-o'-lantern, or just like a soul flame or something. So my theory was he could like once per so many turns have like a dragonborn flame breath kind of situation or something. Or breath weapon, that's what it's called. So, yeah, I mean, he's definitely weak to fire for sure. He's probably not resistant, but I don't think he's particularly weak either. He's just kind of normal to fire. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so long as it's within him, you can withstand it perfectly fine. The second it touches the outside of him, oh, you're gonna have problems. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I guess he probably is super weak to fire. Yeah. No, they're all pretty much good to fire. The only one who would be is him, but again, because of being swamped specifically, he's probably so moist, it would take him quite a while before he could even catch on fire. So yeah, I don't think anyone here is particularly going down to fire. Exactly, yeah. Try burning mud, or for that matter, just like a wet pile of vines and sticks. like that was the worst thing. Living in Washington, all of our wood was really wet unless you kept it in some sort of dry place. So like even if you were to like chop a tree or go get wood from outside and try to make a fire, it would take so much longer just to start it. I mean, it usually burns way longer is the thing, but it does take a bad minute to actually get it going. So whereas this man is literally just dry hay and cloth. So I suppose if they were to somehow get a fire going, which I don't even know if any of them have that capability, maybe him, given that he's like a hell creature. But I guess similarly, if his breath weapon isn't like fully properly targeted, it could be a problem. But other than that, I don't think they'd have to worry about that anyway, because I don't think any of them can fire unless they use something from the environment. But which I guess he'd be perfect for if he could just fly up, grab a torch, and fly back. What do you mean radiant? Probably a torch, yeah, come to think of it, it's probably more common than a priest. I mean, it depends on the setting. But what do you mean radiant damage? Oh, like holy damage? So, yeah, I guess if any of them, for some reason, has, like, a blessed object or something. You know what? I could see him having some, just, like, pulling holy water out of his bag of holding for just absolutely no reason. Just squirt, have a little squirt flower, but he loaded it with holy water. Just because, like, why not? I mean, that's probably one of those things. He's probably got, like... Oh, you know what? It's probably it's not a bag of holding. It's like a bag of random... I can't remember what those are called, but, like, where you have to, like, roll for what you get out of the bag. That's probably what he is. So it's like... It's completely luck-based at that point. Yeah, okay. Holy is the radiant damage type. Got it. Yeah, I guess none of them would particularly care, whereas these two for sure would. Him, I don't know that he'd care about holy damage either, to be honest. At least not any more than normal. Okay, let's go over what they actually confirmed have. So slashing damage, or like, yeah, cutting, stabbing, piercing damage, for sure. Bludgeoning, and probably whatever comes out of his bag, so it could be anything. Okay, he's resistant to slashing for sure if he's made out of stone. I feel like he'd be potentially more vulnerable to bludgeoning though, because like that could crack the stone. Whereas he's probably the opposite. He's probably weaker to slashing, but pretty resistant to bludgeoning. She's probably resistant to pretty much all physical damage, to be honest, so that's unfortunate. Yeah, he Gargoyle may be just resistant, because yeah, I guess he'd have like natural armor, right? Like thick skin or whatever. So yeah, I guess it would be just kind of resistant to any physical damage. Damn, that means two of them are resistant to two of their primary damage. That's unfortunate. That's not boding well for them at all. and then they don't really have a good means of damaging her unless his flame breath hits perfectly or he happens to pull some bullshit. So it's kind of feeling like they're winning so far. But yeah, alright, so I think that's where I'm going to leave this one. I'll maybe be back with this later date, if not next week. So